So I usually end my videos with buy what you like and tell everybody else to shut the fuck up. I think it kind of came out of the idea that there's so much negativity online. And yeah, I see the irony in the phrase. But I think that there's so much negativity online right now that we're letting it influence who we are as a community. Over the last week, I've heard a lot from Mr. Stevie shutting down his Instagram to all the uproar and negativity about Starscream and the price hikes on the Star Wars vehicles. And I think it's gone too far. I think when we point our anger at the world, at our hobby, we do a disservice to ourselves. Because this is supposed to be our escape. This is supposed to be our refuge from the world around us. But I've seen over the last few months, when I call people out, when I make videos that are a little inflammatory, 9 times out of 10 they get 1,000 times more attention than the ones that are positive in any way. And there are certain channels, in my opinion, that have really ramped up the negativity in our community. And I think that it's really got to stop. It just does. We have to stop buying into this culture of dragging people down to make ourselves feel better. Because a lot of us who collect toys, who like comics, who are into all this nerd stuff, have been trampled on in our childhood. We were the people that were bullied. When we're in public, we're the people that are usually quiet and don't interact. And when shows like the 3POA say we need more negativity in this world, and when Jersey Maniac goes on his rants, everybody applauds it that people are standing up, but it's like, I don't want somebody to get fired because there was an error in pricing. I don't want somebody to get fired because Target screwed something up. We're holding individuals accountable from the outside for things that the corporations are making decisions on. And we're hurting good people, and we're putting pressure and negativity on people that don't deserve it. We can hold Hasbro accountable as a company, but we choose to lash out at each other rather than looking where the blame actually lies. And they say voting with your dollars is the way to show them. But we can't get out of our own way. We can't stand up for ourselves in any meaningful way that will allow that to really make an impact. And we don't want to be held to those consequences. Because at the end of the day, when we vote with our money, we're the ones that get hurt. But sacrifice has to happen for change to occur. And I don't want to see good sites go down because of it. I don't want to see good people take the hits that don't apply to them or aren't part of what they put out there in the world. The team that handled G.I. Joe, the team that handles Transformers, even the team that handles Marvel, although we think that, they're not in service to us, they're not in service to us. They're in service to Disney. They are doing their best in those moments to fight for us. But they have to feed their families. They have to keep a job. They want to keep their insurance, their health care, all their stuff. None of us would do any better. I don't give a shit what you think. Sure, there's examples of people going out and starting their own companies, but that is few and far between. It is not an easy thing in the market that is today. Retail conglomerates have just closed off the options for the little people to do good work. And they're coming to us to do it. And if we keep breeding this negativity into this culture, into this community, into this hobby, we are going to just weed out everything that's good here. So I'm not going to say the 500 people or the 1,000 people or however many of you watch the 3POA. I'm not going to tell you not to watch my channel. I'm going to tell you to watch my channel. because I'm going to keep calling out the bullshit. I'm going to keep calling out the hypocrisy. I'm going to keep calling out all this stuff because at the end of the day, they're a bunch of nerds. They're a bunch of keyboard warriors that wouldn't say boo to you in person. They'd slink away. They'd run away. In fact, I've seen it happen. I'm willing to stand eye to eye and have a conversation with anybody at any time. It can be on camera, it can be off. But at the end of the day, it's what's best for us as a community. We need to stop letting these people influence and enrage us in a way that doesn't apply to this. This is a hobby. None of these things that I own are necessities to life. This isn't my electric bill. This isn't my gas bill. This isn't my oil bill. This isn't anything that has to do with my life and being safe in my house. These are all luxury items. And the fact that we are this wrapped up and this engaged with this, there's something wrong here. They're using you to amp up all of this negativity and driving it into something that is the opposite of what we need to do. You know, I'm going to a show in November called Toy Unity. And I feel anything but unity towards most of the people that are supposed to be going. And that should say something to everybody. There is so much negativity. There is so much hate. There is so much bitterness that is going to be in that room. I truly hope that we as a community and as human beings can enjoy those moments and put all that bullshit aside and not let these assholes ramp you up because we're driving people away. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be driven away. I've been here for 20 years. I'm going to continue to be here. I'm going to be a pain in the ass and I'm going to talk up. When everybody else wants to say, oh, don't say anything negative. No, I'm not walking away. Buy what you like. Watch what you like. Listen to what you like. And tell everybody else to shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, all the negativity in the world needs to go away. We need to be better to each other.